Yo, 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 yo. Who Politics, episode 6, man. How we living over there? Yeah, get the shadow boxing going. What's the
Yes,
word, man? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling all right, bro. I'm pushing along, like we said, wins and losses, man. So
Mm-hmm.
look good. Can't complain, man. Another day, another dollar. As long as the haircut
Yes,
look good,
sir.
feel
Yeah, you
good.
looking fresh over there, man. I must compliment on the fresh cut, man. I can't
Oh,
say
oh,
I'm sharing your same sympathy. No, I'm saying, man, that's a compliment, man. You fresh, I'm not right now. It's all love. We blessed though.
yes, sir. What about you, though,
Yeah,
man?
man. A lot of crazy shit been going on in the league the last couple of days, man. We've been witnessing a lot. Oh,
We've been getting some.
shadow box.
We've been getting some top ranked boxing matches, UFC fights.
Right. I got Draymond on this title fight this upcoming weekend, man.
Man, you know what's crazy with that is that, bro, it was 0-0 when that kicked off.
Factual. Bro, I didn't
Minute
peep
and
that at first.
seconds. It was like a minute and 20, something like that, bro. And then you see a fight get kicked off, man. It's crazy. And it's like too as well. I'm thinking about the parlays they had on Klay Thompson. You got Steph Curry out. I mean, Clay getting more shots.
Yeah, Draymond for 5+ rebounds out the window.
Hmm.
You ain't getting that parlay tonight, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Bro,
Yes,
I didn't even peep that score until like today. Like I didn't see that. Like obviously
right.
all the stuff was going on yesterday, but I ain't peeped that score until today, bro. It's just so crazy.
And you know too, man. Like, I think one thing I also wanted to really even ask you, like, in your opinion, like, what do you think the consequences are gonna be from something like this happening? Like, just knowing Draymond's track record with the NBA, like, what do you think his consequence is gonna be versus these other guys?
Yeah, yeah, bro. I think in this case scenario, given the track record of Draymond, I don't even. The thing about it is, that bro really tried to like choke bro out. Like it wasn't like no. I think there's a difference when there's like a scuffle. Maybe I say that was damn near worse than a punch being thrown for real.
That's
Bro
what
really had
Melvin
his
did to Baby
arm.
Boy.
He straight up Melvin baby boy that like he had his arm fully flexed around bro neck. He had
And
him
you
in
know
a
what it reminded me
chokehold.
of too? It reminded me of the Debo when he was fighting Craig on Friday, and
Go
he
to
had him in
sleep.
a chokehold. He was choking him
Yeah, just
out.
go to sleep. Just go to
That's
sleep.
crazy, man. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so I think in terms of like consequences, bro, I think they definitely about to suspend bro for without a question. He's definitely getting suspended, but
Yeah.
I'd say for at least probably 3 to 6 games. Like when you talk about actually choking somebody out on national television,
Yeah.
that's a pretty severe
Yeah.
situation. You feel me? That just isn't a good look for the NBA as a whole. Well, like what are you thinking? I'm thinking like 3 to 6 games. I don't think any more than that though.
Yeah, I mean, 36 games is definitely, and it also depends on how they look at it as well, too. Just like Steve Kerr said after the game, sometimes like that could be like a reaction of an action. It did kind of look like Rudy Gobert put his arms around, or start to begin to put his arms around Klay Thompson's neck.
Hmm.
So I mean, what you gonna do when somebody try to choke your brother out? Like,
No facts, bro. Really step. He a real stepper because yeah, there was that split second where Rudy definitely looked like he was about to choke out Clay, and at that point, like yeah, bro, really is a stepper. It happened so quick though. You know what I mean? Like Dre really looked like he was on a different type of time once he got in
bro
that
was
camera
already
frame.
sweating. He the only dude out there sweating. The game ain't even started yet.
Nobody scored yet.
Can't trust a dude like that, bro, man.
Hey, that's the last dude I want to run into if we sitting out there in the street and bro drunk off some Hennessy. Like that's the last guy you ever want to run into.
Like,
Man.
let me get a shot. Let me get a shot. Next thing you know, he trying to run in jeans. He hooping out there with y'all in jeans.
Yeah, no, 100%. So yeah, Dre, man, real dude for going and stepping for his brother, but like, Yeah, bro, definitely about to have to sit out a couple of games. I'm thinking probably a little decent fine too. They definitely gonna take a little chunk of change out of bro pocket.
What
So
you think about Clay?
um,
He'll get suspended.
I don't think so. Like, what did he do? Like, bro, like they were, they got scuffled up and everything, but I didn't feel like he did anything that crazy to warrant a suspension. What
Right.
did he?
That was a true entanglement right there. Like just kind of just seeing how they started. It did look like Clay kind of initiate the grab first down at the other end of the court, but it's kind of hard depending on how you look at it. I think Draymond definitely. I think they have to take a look at that too. Draymond, it's hard telling. Like I'm not gonna say Draymond made it worse because we don't know if that only. Next thing you know, Clay getting choked out. Like now we talking about Clay Thompson getting choked out. So like you know what I'm saying? It's a double edged sword. It is what it is. I think it was pretty exciting. I think the fans loved it. I think
Yeah,
if this were the 80s or 90s, they would have continued to play the game and
bro, they would have went and got Clay a New Jersey out in the back and
we don't
say,
get to
"Hey,
see
throw this
that much
on."
anymore. And I think I was watching NBA TNT and they showed like a little screenshot of like Charles Barkley. I don't know, he was choking out Larry Bird or something. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, bro. There's been
crazy
a
out
lot
there,
of
bro.
situations where people have like gotten into some serious fights, man. Like,
Right.
yeah, if this was the '80s, shit, even the 2000s, like they would have been straight. But obviously before Malice in the Palace.
And even with I mean, even just looking over at the Grizzlies and Lakers game, I mean, that's kind of I'm not gonna say it's a rivalry, but I mean, there's been some back and forth with these teams. I mean, we definitely know last year the Grizzlies were probably the team that was talking the most. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, did you see when AD pushed what's the guy's name? Santi Aldama, if I'm pronouncing
Yeah, I
it
saw
right.
that. That was a real light ass push. Like I feel like bro really took that and ran with it for real. But AD definitely pushed his ass. Like that
Yeah,
was definitely the intention. Dude, it's just good to see some physicality back in the NBA. Like
for sure. I
I'm
agree.
sure these NBA players don't give a fuck. Like they sit back and they're gonna be like, yo, yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a fine. But like it's
Right.
cool to finally see in a league where the refs are really trying to make this league as soft as possible. Like these players really like being like, "Yo, man, we still grown men at the end of the day. You ain't about to just do anything to me."
Trying to I'm not sure, like maybe trying to remove some of the emotion away from the game, even just touching on that, like just moving over to how they call some of the reactions that they get from players and the text that they're getting, like you know I don't know, we talked about it briefly last episode, but just with throwing Giannis out of the game, um Anthony Edwards getting the tech on the, was it the Warriors?
Yeah, it was on the Warriors.
Getting a tech for that, which that wasn't even like, you gotta understand, like it comes with the territory, it comes with kind of like the instinct, it comes with dunking on somebody. Like there's emotion with the game. Like it's kind of like the same with football. You can't taking the physicality out of it. It kind of waters the game down. Now, obviously,
Hmm.
basketball is different, but I mean, we want to see
Yeah,
we want to see trash talking. We want to see players, fans. They pay to see that to an extent.
yeah. I think what I was reading the other day, bro, is that essentially what they're trying to do is the reason they're cracked down on a lot of these celebrations is they feel like a lot of the celebrations are precursors to um, like escalations of conflict, which I totally disagree with. I think there's levels to it to which we were talking about the other day. Now, if somebody dunk on you and push your ass on the ground, different situation than someone dunking and yelling and flexing on them like you said, bro, if this was Sean Kemp in the league, bro, he'd really be in somebody's face, like pointing at their ass, like
Laughing at
getting
you.
disrespectful, you know? And even that personally, I think is still fun in the game. Like,
It is. It is.
um,
People
shouldn't
want
have
to
got dunked
see
on.
animation too, as well. They want to see entertainment. Like you know what I'm saying. People want to. Fans want to. They want to get a reaction out of these players too. Like even if they're not going at each other, you got fans on the sideline that are
Mhm.
saying some of the hectic things just to get a reaction out of a player. So I mean, fans want to see that. So you got to understand. Like I understand you're trying to prevent escalation of conflict, but take a look at your ratings. I mean, I'm not talking about the Warriors and Grizzlies game. Nobody's talking about it. Like, really, it's really just a fight. Like, we haven't said one thing about that that game.
Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns has one of his best games of the seasons. We don't care.
Right. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how they kind of decide to handle that moving forward in terms of the consequences and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, like with that, it's one thing where if you're doing these types of things and it's like disgraceful to the league, bro. But all that, like you talk about with the fans and stuff like that, like the fans are passionate. Everybody's reacting at home if they're not at the games. Why can't a player be able to celebrate the way they want to? It works in the NFL. You see, if someone gets a touchdown or a really good catch or a really good play gets made on the football field, everybody's fired up about it because everyone's sharing that same collective emotion, and you're more bought in. My fear is that if they keep on trying to suppress this in the NBA, it's going to make it boring as hell. Like, you remember that Kawhi picture, bro, where bro was dunking and he just had a straight ass face? Like, I saw a tweet the other day and they was like, this is what they want the league to eventually turn into, bro. And that's lame.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think even for players like Shaq, bro, like part of Shaq's persona and just kind of legend with you know what I'm saying him was his entertainment. He brought a lot of entertainment to the game. He talked trash. He may have said some stuff. He may have pushed you. Like he made it entertaining for people who were watching the NBA. Charles Barkley, I think he did the same thing as well. Um, I don't know. It's interesting to see. I think we'll definitely be able to look at next year and the years forward how they decide to really handle these celebrations because people are taught like this
Mhm.
is the. I don't think people really like. We don't want to hear from the refs.
Yeah.
As an
No.
NBA fan, I'm not saying we don't want to hear calls because, and that's the thing too. Like you know what I'm saying with these some of these calls, like especially down the stretch, bro, are deciding games, especially when they're missing calls.
Hmm.
There's been even last season there were plenty of games where these refs are missing calls. So I just think that was a problem with the refs last year. People talked about that. Now you got this year. You have to do something with how the refs are handling the game to still make it enjoyable for NBA fans.
Yeah, I think in today's time, I don't think as a fan I've been more alert of like a ref in my entire life. I feel like these last two seasons I've sat back and said, "Bro, what the hell is the ref thinking?" Like the ref shouldn't be on your mind as a
Right.
fan. You should be there watching the players themselves. But I feel like over the last 2, 3 seasons, really the last two for real, now we're sitting there like we have the ref in the back of our mind. And in any type of match, it shouldn't be like that in boxing. We don't think about that shit in boxing. The ref is right there in the middle of two fighters the entire fight. We don't look at the ref. Any other type of sport, soccer, but I feel like in any other sport right now, basketball has the most attention on the refs. And I feel like they're very professional. They have a whole like association for themselves, which a lot of leagues don't. Um, it just doesn't make any sense as to why we should be thinking about them
Mm,
this
I
much.
agree.
Unless they're doing a good job, but they're doing a fucking terrible job.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
them boys gonna receive a invoice from the NBA. Fine. Definitely
Right.
gonna pay referees.
Hey man, we ain't ever signing no deals to the NBA, man. We can't sell our soul. Gotta stay 10 toes down.
Say he's standing on business. Let's uh let's jump into uh let's jump into this conversation. I mean, since we were kind of moving back and forth with the Warriors and the Timberwolves, I think it's only right that we talk about Anthony Edwards, the type of
I
campaign.
didn't hear you right. I didn't hear you right. You said baby Jordan? Is that what I heard?
Nah, he go by Ant Man.
Oh, okay, okay. My fault. Yeah, Ant Man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby Jordan, man. That boy is cold. That boy is cold.
Um, It's right, bro. I think it's only right to talk about him. I think this is a campaign year for him. He's got the shoes. He's got the Adidas campaign. Um,
Hmm.
If you're asking me, bro, I know you got in Minnesota, you got Karl Anthony Towns and you got Rudy Gobert that we tend to talk about. But if you're asking me, bro, I think that Anthony Edwards is wanting to be the guy. He's wanting to be the face of the franchise, even if you got to move those two out of
Yeah.
here.
Well, the thing about it, bro, is like obviously a huge trend for Minnesota over the last couple of years is that they were just a terrible franchise. They were never making any types of noise at any given moment. I think
Man,
we're
celebration
finally,
was crazy.
yeah, I think we're in a situation now where they're actually a very competitive team. Like I'm over here looking at the Timberwolves record. Still early in the season, like a lot of things are going to balance out as the year goes on, but bro, these dudes are 8-2 right now, and they just won two straight on the Warriors, which is always a very competitive team, bro. And it's
Mhm.
because bro's sitting back. Let me just read off a couple of stats. And I just got to point this in your face, bro, because everyone, it's not just you, but everyone laughed at me when I put Anthony Edwards as number 10 on my top 10 list. What I've been witnessing from bro in FIBA and prior to that, he's been cold. Bro's averaging 27.6, 6 rebounds, 5.3 assists on 48% shooting. And the
Mhm.
thing that I love about bro is that he's a two-way player. And that's why I call him Baby Jordan, bro, because you don't see a lot of these guards doing that blue collar work that is needed for winning basketball. And he don't care. He got his own, like you said, got his own swag, personality, doing his thing. So yeah, put some respect on Ant Man, bro. Because I know when I texted you that, you said people just be saying anything these days. I gotta make
That's
it
the
loud and
and
proud.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I haven't heard nobody with real like I'm seeing a lot of these NBA stand fan accounts calling him Baby Jordan, bro, but that ain't real talk amongst hoopers, bro. Like you know that like come on, man. Baby Jordan, he's a two-way
What,
player, he's a great player, bro. But to compare him to Mike Jordan,
what isn't he doing right now that MJ wasn't doing at the same age? What isn't he doing? Let me know.
well, see, this is the thing, like, and that's kind of what that name calling does is like calling him Baby Jordan. Now you have like now you're sitting here wanting me to or wanting the conversation to be how does Michael Jordan like I have to give you similarities to a kid who hasn't really accomplished anything but great seasons. Like a baby like that's the conversation ain't there yet, bro. The conversation ain't there yet. He's definitely a good player, good two-way player, athletic, can shoot the ball inside and out, can dunk on you. So yeah, I see the similarities. When I think of the Baby Jordan reference though, really I do think about a pre-championship Jordan. I do see a 86, 87, 88 Michael Jordan with the Bulls jumping out the gym, but the Baby Jordan references, come on, man. That's
Come
far
on, man.
fetched.
You sitting there saying all this, bro, but when I'm sitting here watching bro on the court, he is making this shit look easy.
And
And
who do you think is the NBA in is the Twitter accounts that's merging his face with Michael Jordan?
bro, who cares? Who cares? I think the comparison is quite comparable and I think it's credible. And
So to compare him to that would be comparing him to Kobe.
in terms of being a young star at their both at them ages at the same, yeah, he's on that similar track.
How many baby Jordans do we really got in the league though? That just lets you know how influential Jordan game is. Got a lot of players that mimic it off of Kobe, but who did Kobe mimic it off of? And I think a lot of players
100%.
do want to look like, you know what I'm saying, like a Devin Booker. Like if
Hmm.
you go back far enough, that's what Michael Jordan looked like. Now,
Hmm.
obviously, the two way is a lot different, bro.
Yeah, yeah, he ain't playing
That's not
defense
hard. I
like
don't want to get too much in
Mike.
that conversation just because with Mike and the nine defensives, what was it?
Oh, you're talking about, and it's the same for Kobe, but 9 defensive all NBA defensive teams.
That's impressive, but like I do try to look at like how are we? What are we comparing that to? Because it's just like he wasn't like we all know Scotty was guarding the best player. Scotty was
Hmm.
guarding the score. Does Scotty have
Hmm.
nine defensive all first teams?
Right. I mean, I think he has something up there. I think
Yeah, he
I think an
probably
even better comparison is really like Kobe, bro. Like Kobe is the pinnacle of having success as a defensive shooting guard in the modern NBA. And that's again why I'm giving Anthony Edwards so much praise, bro. Because you know what I mean? Like we look at a book, we look at a what's another very comparable guard. Jaylen Brown is another good example of a really good shooting guard that plays really good defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about a cat that really goes in. He can play defense, both sides of the ball really well. It's
Yeah.
clutch. Like, bro was talking shit to Draymond the other day. That's probably why Draymond was a little already on edge. Because he sat there and just had this young buck after he was talking all this shit, talking about what you gonna do to me? What you gonna do? He came out, was clutch, was hitting some crazy ass shots. Come on, man.
And I mean,
Ant
even
Man.
just to get the game winning stop on Jason Tatum and then do what you do in the overtime, that's the stamp right there. That's the rising star moment that people want to see, but also that I think we'll see a lot of just from him in his career. Like I think he'll get comfortable in these moments.
Mm-hmm.
Not even like me saying anything about the too far fetched about the Baby Jordan reference. That takes nothing away from his game. Like he's a
Yeah.
really good player. Top 10.
Yeah.
That's
That's gonna be my question.
really good. That's a really good. But like even then, like that's a really good spot to put him at. Like even just for you to be able to see that, like he's definitely one of my favorite young players. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously I didn't have him in my 10, but I still don't think that he's 10. But this is the campaign for 10. Like Jason Tatum had to go through it a couple years now. Like Jason Tatum's
Mm-hmm.
in the top 10. Like
Yeah.
it's not a debate. So I think after this year, he'll be in that top 10. But you never know. Never know,
It's
man.
just the versatility for me, bro. Like
He's
there's
a
a lot
big
of
market
people.
player, bro. Like he's gonna get out of Minnesota one day. Like
You
he's
think
gonna,
so?
yeah, yeah. He's a big
Okay.
market player, and he's just in his campaign mode now. Like he's in election year, bro. Like really, like
Mm,
you know what I'm saying. He's raising money. He's raising his value. Like he's gonna get a max. And then he's gonna, like they all do, they'll get a max at a small team. Cause like the Timberwolves aren't gonna like win it. Like, bro, they was standing on the for the play in, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That window is not even built for them. And I don't
Yeah.
see players. I mean, you got the two big men down there, but pause. But I won't see really like I don't really see.
Pause that, man. Watch yourself. You walking on thin ice right there, man.
Yeah, I don't really see a championship coming to Minnesota. But then again, you never know.
Yeah.
It's like Denver right now, shit.
Yeah, that is true. But that's a whole different situation. Like Jokic, that's like he's solidified.
But
Well, in
that's
my
been
opinion,
being
solidified
built
as the
since
best player in
2014 consistently.
right.
Even in 2020, they were a threat.
And you need certain types of players that you can build around in that fashion. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely applaud Anthony Edwards. I just don't know if he's at that level yet of where he's making his teammates as good as a Jokic is making or a LeBron is making their team as good. Even though they're 8-2, so records ain't going. Records speak for
Yeah.
themselves. But that would be crazy. Where would you like what would be the perfect market for Anthony Edwards? Like you're already talking about he just released his first shoe or he's about to, and the shoe actually looks good.
It
Like
does.
this might be Adidas' first hit of a shoe in a minute because don't nobody rock with like no disrespect to none of the people I'm about to name, but don't nobody really rock with
James
James
Harden,
Harden, Trey
Michael
Young, Donovan
Jordan,
Mitchell, Dame.
right?
Don't nobody really be rocking with them shoes for real. Do you
Bro, they
think
ain't
this might
rocking the
be
Adidas since D Rose, bro. Let's just keep it real. On a mass level, like, bro, people was wearing D Roses. I'm pretty sure they're wearing James Harden's, but like, when has an Adidas outside of Yeezy? When has an Adidas shoe really went platinum in the hood since D Rose?
right? It's facts.
So,
No, ain't nobody really
and I
touching
think that,
those.
yeah, I think Adidas is gonna be able to hop on the back of Anthony Edwards and you
It's
know.
actually a dope shoe.
And it's just really hard though too from an Adidas standpoint, just because like, bro, like Nike has got all the A list players, bro. Like it's almost kind of like it's like a A-list, B-list scenario, bro. Like Universal's got all the top artists in the rap game.
Yeah,
And they got like an Atlantic Records who's got B-list, but still A-list in some point of the world. But Nike's making it really hard, bro. But I
yeah.
seen the Adidas shoe. It looks pretty cool. It looks like you could wear it on the court. Looks like you can kind of wear it with a dress down sweatpants, sweatsuit type of deal. I don't know. It depends
Hmm.
how you put it together. You know, I know. Back in middle school, someone was rocking the game shoes to school.
I was one of those cats.
I know.
Yeah, the 2011 Hyper Dunks.
Yep, green
Um,
and blue. People
yeah,
was wearing them Jones to school every day.
no, don't say every day. I wasn't doing that every day, bro. But yeah, I know some people who were though. But yeah. No, his shoes are definitely dope. I love the colorway that he's starting off with. I think, yeah, you're right. Everybody else is competing for second place, and I've seen more people wear Under Armour Curries than I've seen like people wearing Adidas over the last couple of
Even
years.
with him,
But
bro, they marketed him so badly, bro. Like, how do you have somebody who can market as much as LeBron and KD, and you ain't even like? I mean, he's getting money over there, but like, bro, if
Mhm.
you were with Nike, bro, maybe the narrative would be a lot different with who the greatest player is. I think Nike plays a lot into these players' narratives as well with where they fall in terms of, and not to take anything away from Steph, like Under Armour probably gave him a bag and some ownership, but
Yeah,
the marketing
yeah,
of
he
what
has his
they've
own
done in the
brand.
past, yeah,
He has his own brand within Under Armour, similar to how Jordan has his own brand in
yeah.
Nike.
Yep. And you don't
So
even really
like
see him wearing Under Armour too much. Like I see a lot of the Steph logo more than I see the if you
exactly.
shit. At some point, you stopped seeing Mike and Nike and started seeing them in a lot more Jordan.
That's a really good point right there, bro. That goat narrative, but I think that also goes. No, when I say goat narrative, I'm talking about like
Mhm.
Nike players wearing shoes. Like I think that comes with that territory. To have a Nike deal and to get your own signature shoe with Nike, bro, is a really big deal. Like you're even seeing it in the WNBA. Did you see Sabrina Ionescu's newest hoop and shoe? There's a lot of cats in the NBA starting to wear it. That's a
Sabrina, yeah,
dope shoe.
those are. Yeah, I was gonna say that those are nice. Those are some nice Nike shoes. Nike can like. That's why I was looking at them too. Those are some dope Nikes, bro. And like, I mean, I never really heard of a woman's Nike shoe from the WNBA, nor have I even considered buying one. But I mean, Sabrina's definitely her talents. I think, yeah, she's gonna be like, yeah, players are wearing those shoes, and I think that even the Caitlin Clark girl, when she comes in, she's gonna have if she decides to go with Nike, she'll
You
have the
think she gonna go to
same.
Nike? I think she might. I think she might fuck around and pull a. I could see her probably going to one of these other brands, like maybe Under Armour. Like think about that. Her game is so similar to Curry's. Like what if she comes to the WNBA and fucks around and goes and signs with Curry brand?
Right, I can see that. I
But
can
it
see
would be
that.
good to see her in Nike though. Like don't get me wrong. I'm a Nike head, as you already know, bro. Like I truly believe in that brand.
Right.
Um, it's similar like iPhones. Like we're gonna probably be Apple users for damn near the rest of our lives. Like you get attached to these brands. Nike's been able to cultivate a company that people actually feel like they're a part of when they're wearing their
Yeah.
gear.
It's the McDonald's of the clothing industry. Like, just imagine how many times Nike has made money off of each household over the years.
Man, hey, let's count up Dennis Mercer's shoe collection. We can tell you.
Yeah.
Shout out to bro,
Nike
man. Shout out
socks,
to
Nike
bro.
sweatshirts, Nike sweatpants, Nike shoes,
Hmm.
year on year, bro. Like they've made their money off each customer crazy amount of times.
Yeah, I was just pissed yesterday that I missed out on a pair of these dunks. It was these they're called tight booth um Nike dunks, bro. Black and white Jones.
Hmm.
Cold.
Yeah.
Um I just got the Halloween pair a second ago, bro. Yeah, Nike's definitely got everything in a headlock, but yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But I think this has been a pretty good episode, bro. You probably want to cut it right now.
Yeah, that's cool. We can do that. We right here at the 30 minute. That's fine.
Oh yeah, well it's been episode 6, everybody. Much love.
Moving
We
along.
out here getting to it. Peace.